Hey Aquarius, welcome to the month of May. Um, Welcome to this transit of Mars in Leo. There's a lot of transits happening actually right now, but I want to make sure that I finish up these readings for everyone. And the one that was placed on my heart was the Mars in Leo transit. The next reading that's been placed on my heart to do more regularly throughout the year are moon transits or new moon, full moon messages. We do have a Pluto retrograde happening, or it's already upon us now. So there's a lot of inner transformation. There's Pluto pulling its energy away from us for a while, allowing us to do the inner work, the inner transformation, transformative work that we need to accomplish for ourselves. Um, so yeah, it's may not feel as intense when Pluto is involved, more involved, but it just means that Pluto is just showing us that, hey, you can do this on your own. You can face these on your own. You can figure this out on your own, which is a good thing, right? It's a good thing. So, Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising signs. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Check your moon and or your rising placements for deeper resonance. Okay. So these messages that I'm giving you here is just to help you understand the tools that you have at your disposal, the tools that you have in front of you, inside of you, that the gods, your ancestors, the cosmos has given you, okay, as a collective to utilize towards your own success. And Mars is all about motivation, aggression, passion, right? Leo is that really beautiful, heartfelt, generous energy, right? Wanting everybody to shine and to feel their best. Okay, so just think about what is it that you want to move towards? What are some things that you really, really want, Aquarius, um, in your life that you can really work on yourself for, right? During this springtime, because this Mars and Leo connection that's happening in the cosmos is going to be pretty much the entire springtime. Okay, it's probably going to be maybe like a few days before springtime ends that this Mars and Leo transit ends. Okay, before we hit summertime. So again, this can be a very beautiful time for all of us if we utilize those tools. And I'm just here to give you guys any type of advice or some type of tips, that you guys can keep with you, and encouragement as well, and any type of inspiration that you might need during this springtime to, regarding the things that you really want, okay, or the people that you really want, right? For Aquarius, ancestors of light, messengers of light, for this Mars and Leo transit this year, this springtime. Also, Aquarius, if you are in a different hemisphere and springtime is not here for you yet, you might be experiencing wintertime. If you are watching, I am um, just kind of reaching out in that way, for anybody out there who might be experiencing the wintertime right now. These messages may not resonate with you right now, but maybe you can look into these messages for the springtime later on this year. I know that's really far to project these readings, but I am reaching out to people who are in a different hemisphere. So if you know anybody in a different hemisphere where they're experiencing winter right now, you can definitely show them these messages, because I would love for them to resonate with others out there far and wide. Okay, Aquarius, you received a green card, and the green cards represent kindness. And it says, reflect joy. Reflect joy. It says, tuning into the happiness and joy of others can help us cultivate happiness and joy in ourselves. Next time you notice beauty, lightness, or joy in someone, someone, see if you can feel the reflection of their happiness and let it affect your own experience. This can sometimes be difficult, especially if we feel jealousy or resentment. So if those feelings come up, just think, that's interesting, and try to tune in to happiness all the time. And as a bonus, tell someone who is lit up with happiness how lovely it is to see them so joyful. That's beautiful, Aquarius. That can be difficult, right? When you look at someone and you're like, well, I want that. I want to be happy. Or I want to have like awesome clothing. I want to be able to have money to buy A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Or I would love to have a relationship like that, or what have you. Or I want skin like that. I want my hair like that. Or I want a house like that, a car like that. Doesn't matter. Like whatever it is that you look to at others and you compare your belongings to, or your body, or yourself to those things that someone else has, you're kind of killing the joy, right? Whatever someone else has, Aquarius, in their timeline, in their life's journey, that is their time to have those things. Why? Because it could be because of their family's lineage and the work that their families have done. It could be the work that they were willing to do to get the things that they wanted. No one is exempt, Aquarius, from happiness. No one. We exempt ourselves from happiness because that is our choice, right? If we're going through a tough time, we have the choice to either focus on that tough time and allow it to engulf us and to envelop us. And that is our primary focus. Or we can find a way to remain focused on the things that actually keep us in optimism. Okay. You have a choice. We all have a choice. We have a choice as to whether we want to focus on the negative or the positive. You know what I mean? What do you choose to focus on? Do you see someone happy? If you're in a relationship that doesn't make you happy and you see someone else, a friend or a family member, in a relationship that does make them happy and it triggers you, well, why? Why are you still in that relationship? Why not go after something that you actually want so that you can experience that happiness? Or if you're going through a tough time with your partner or with your friendships or in the dating world, whatever, with your money, with your career, with your job, shift your focus. If you're in a relationship where you feel you have to compare yourself, if you're in a romantic partnership, especially for those of you, if you're watching this, wanting to understand that aspect of your life during this springtime, if you are comparing your relationship to someone else's, that's probably a relationship you shouldn't be in. You probably just should not be with that person until you have learned how to address your own emotional triggers. You may need to, because if you're with if you're with somebody and you truly love them, it doesn't matter the hard times that you go through with them. If you really love them and that is your person, right? That's your person. It doesn't matter what's going on with other people in their relationships, right? If you're in a committed relationship, right? And you constantly comparing yourself, well, really think about that, Aquarius. Really think about that, right? But if there is something that you want and you know that you've been settling, then stop settling. Open those floodgates of abundance, right? Open those floodgates of prosperity for yourself. And also, when you open yourself up to happiness, like your body is a portal. I always say these things. We are portals. We are walking portals, Aquarius. You never know that when you open yourself to that prosperity of another person, you are also blessing yourself. You're blessing yourself to remain in a very prosperous mindset. Therefore, you're opening your portal, you're opening yourself up to blessings coming through instead of opening yourself up to darker entities coming in to feed off of your jealousy or your resentment or anger, right? We do bless ourselves when we open ourselves up to the happiness of others, right? All right, let's pull a couple more oracle messages, Aquarius, for you guys. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for this Mars and Leo transit this year. Ooh, something wanted to fall out. Let's see. Okay, you have Gaia, Earth, Nature, Embodiment. Ooh, really connecting with the spirit of the earth through your own body. Realizing the magic that the mysterious magical creatures, like, or the mystery of the planet Earth, the sacredness of planet Earth is also inside of you, Aquarius. Oh, you also have Virgo. Virgo energy, Gaia. Both earthly beings, earthly energies. Bottom of the deck, you have first house in Aries, self, body, present. So, Aquarius, this springtime might be your focus may be on your body, your sense of self, um, addressing concerns with how you compare yourself. Like, you just there's something where there's, for some of you, there's an issue of comparing yourself, your physical body, to someone else's. Okay, comparing your physical tangible items and belongings to what someone else has. The way you were created, the ancestors that you were born to, respect it, Aquarius. Whatever darkness you were born with, generational curses, generational issues, patterns of behavior, the way generational, mental patterns, emotional patterns, what have you. You need to face those things about yourself and learn how you can heal yourself from that curse or that generational pattern. Because sometimes we don't realize that our own ancestry, or our own decisions that we make in our lives based on where we were born, how we were born, who we were born to, plays into whether we truly experience prosperity and abundance in our lives or not. Right? What type of energy do you want to exude? What kind of energy do you want people to feel when you walk into a room? Do you know anybody that you admire, that when, or that when they walk into a room, you immediately feel like a presence? You immediately feel their energy is very intense, right? In a positive way. I mean, in a positive way. Learn how you can heal your energy, Aquarius, during the springtime, because if you are more focused on what's not working, if you're looking at yourself and you're just like, why me? Or why did I make this decision? You know, you may have some type of resentment in a relationship right now, or I don't know. It's like, what are you going to do about it? Now, on another note, if this is not resentment and you feeling like you're comparing yourself to other people, this springtime, on a very positive note, Aquarius, you guys really are just wanting to connect with yourself, your body, you know, just really thinking about, okay, I want to take care of my skin, or I want to take care of my hair, or I want to grow my hair out this year, or, you know, I want to understand it. Just there's some of you, this is very specific, but some of you guys really feel this urge to really learn from the earth. I don't know exactly what that means for all of you, or for those of you who resonate with that, but there's something about when you step outside or you go into a garden or what have you, it's almost like the trees or the plants or the leaves speak to you, right? It's like you're really connecting with that. That can be for a couple of you. Others of you with this Virgo energy, again, you want things to function properly. You're all about efficiency. Nothing gets past you. You study people, right? You observe people. Nothing gets past you. Some of you guys have Aries in your chart. Some of you guys have Virgo in your chart. Some of you guys have strong earth in your chart, or these people can help you, especially the earth signs. So if you know somebody who has strong Virgo in their chart or strong Capricorn or Taurus in their chart, they can help you. Okay. If you know any friends that have this in their chart that you can trust, those are the people that you need to talk to. Okay. Let's pull one more oracle message and then we're going to jump into the tarot, you guys. But yes, you do have Virgo here to guide you, to help you. Okay, because you might be surrounded by some energies or people where it's not really functional. It's like your relationships, like your friendships or family relationships, or maybe your significant other. Like if you're in a relationship right now, you may kind of feel like this is just not functional. It's dysfunctional. Okay. There's a lot of dysfunction. Um, maybe you're really feeling the urge to have some conversations on how to change some things within your relationships, or maybe you're thinking about, maybe I just really need to distance myself and just kind of be in my own sense of comfort, right? So some of you guys, or if not a lot of you Aquarius, you guys are very functional human beings. Like you guys know what you want, you know how you want things to work and unfold, and you might be, oh, some of you guys, okay, some of you guys are getting pregnant. Some of you guys are pregnant. Some of you guys just gave birth. During the springtime, this is going to be a really, really fertile time. So if you're not trying to have a baby this year, lock it up. Okay, just saying, because I'm now the maiden, which is Virgo, Gaia, which is Mother Earth or the Earth. Like there's something about pregnancy here. So I do see that there's some of you guys getting pregnant. So again, if that's not on your list this year, lock it up. Okay. But I do see pregnancy. Or there is someone here who sees you as like they want you to be the mother of their children. Like they see you as a very beautiful energy in their life. Okay. They want to have kids with you, which is beautiful. Um, but there's something again with the springtime during this Mars and Leo transit, really focus on what is functioning in your life and what is not. And that can be okay with your body. Is your body functioning the way it's supposed to? Okay. Are you drinking enough water? Okay. Are you eating the right foods? How is your digestive system? Right? Do you have brain fog? Is there something going on with your mental? What kind of foods are you eating that's contributing to that? Okay. Um, is your partnerships functioning properly? Okay. Think about the conversations you're constantly having with your friends. Why are you always having those conversations? Are they actually growing you? Are they making you thrive? Or are they just kind of digging a deeper hole for you to feel more negative about what you're talking about, all right, or about your life or about your relationship, what have you? Is your romantic partnership functioning properly, or is there a lot of dysfunction? Why? This might be a really good time to get outside, y'all. Get outside. I don't know what the weather is like right now. The weather out here is very gloomy, very rainy, right? But sometimes you still need to step outside. Just sit down outside. That that may not be something you want to do, but that might be something you need to do to really understand how does the earth thrive? How is she still green? How is she, you know what I mean? And then look at other parts of the world where it's not so green, where it's dry, where it's just burdened with a lot of negative energy. How can you learn from that for your own life, right? Oh, I cannot make this up, you guys. Oh my God. I just split the deck and it says, breathe fresh air. Breathe fresh air. Okay. Get outside. Thank you, ancestors. Get outside, Aquarius. Go camping. Okay. Go to a park. Take your dogs out. I don't know if you have dogs, if you have animals. If you live on a farm, spend time outside. Spend more time outside. Right? If you have a garden, sit outside. Sit outside. But whatever you might be going through right now, Aquarius, you are being met with, especially with Pluto being in retrograde, you are being met with thoughts and memories of relationships and ways of that you've lived that were dysfunctional. And now you're kind of realizing that you just really are tired of the dysfunction. You're tired of things not working. You're tired of always being the person at a loss. Wanting to change your every present moment in your life, every single day that you exist. You want to feel that you are living in the present moment. You don't want to constantly be thinking about the past, right? You could have been in a relationship or you're in some relationships where you're just constantly thinking about the past or constantly regretting like decisions that you've made, regretting where you are now. And so you're always thinking about the future and what that holds. Some of you guys might be just really tired. You're just like, I just want to exist. I want to live the way I want to live. Well, go after it. If you realize that you got into a relationship for the wrong reasons, if you got into a relationship too quick, or you got into a marriage or a relationship without really thinking about what you really wanted, without thinking about, is this bringing me prosperity? Am I in this relationship because I actually am ready to grow and commit, right? Or did you just really want to be with this person because in your heart you were just like, I love this person, they're amazing, right? You were just infatuated, and so that infatuation continued, and then there just came a point in time where you were like, what have I done? Did you get into a relationship thinking that, I'm going to commit? You're all about commitment, but this person isn't. And you constantly have to keep an eye on that person. You can't really trust them. Somebody that you're with has a wandering eye, or somebody that you're with doesn't really 100% have your back. They don't know how to have your back as much as you have their back. You might be thinking about some things, y'all. You might be thinking about some things. Are you thinking about your health? Maybe you're just like, I really need to change up how I take care of myself. I really need to change up how I what I eat, what I drink, how I sleep, right? You might be thinking about your career and your money. You might be thinking, like, I am so sick and tired of being at this job. I'm so sick and tired of doing the same old, same old. Some of you guys might want a job where, you guys can work out, or, it's like a gym, like you work at a gym, or you're a yoga instructor, a Pilates instructor, maybe a job where you're more active, right? A job where you can be outside more, interacting with people. I don't know, but it's like there's just a lot of us out here, Aquarius, that are feeling like, I've been stuck. But this springtime, it's a good idea to make sure no matter what job you have, no matter what relationship that you're in, go outside. Open your windows in your home. If you're sitting at home and you don't open your windows, start opening your windows. Doesn't matter what kind of weather you have outside. Open a window for a little bit. Unless it's freezing cold, that's different. But just a little bit of rain outside, a little bit of clouds, open a window. Let some fresh into your home. Okay, let's pull some tarot, you guys. Let's see, Aquarius. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands. There's Aries, there's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and then we have the Eight of Cups. So Aquarius, yeah, bottom of the deck, we do have the Temperance card, Sagittarius. So I see this as getting back to what you love. This is something that I told that came out for Capricorn. So if you have Capricorn in your chart, definitely check that out. But Aquarius, some of you guys are experiencing some reconciliation. You have some people who want to get back into your life. Some of you guys are having dreams where someone is reaching out to you for some reason, or somehow there is someone whose energy is trying to infiltrate, your life. They're not infiltrate, but they're just kind of they're trying to lightly step into your territory. Could be on social media. Maybe they're looking at your social media pages and you don't know it. um there is definitely some type of energy in your dreams where there's someone that you have not spoken to in a very long time, and you're seeing them in your dreams, because whenever I see water, I see dreams with the Temperance card. So with the reconciliation, you may not have actually reconciled with anybody, but there is someone who wants to reconcile with you. They're thinking about you now. There's definitely somebody thinking about you. Should you reconcile with these people? I don't know. I'm not sure. That's up to you, but there's definitely a situation that you walked away from. You walked away from it. In that relationship or that situation, you had very nurturing moments, but you had moments that wasn't so nurturing, right? You do have some people here in your life who actually, with this Two of Wands, they actually want to grow with you. Or there is someone here who really wants to go with you on a journey. They want to be there side by side with you. However, have they done the work that you are doing or that you've done? You have people who want to be a part of something with you, but have they done the work? Are they willing to experience what you've experienced, sacrifice what you've sacrificed? This can be a marriage for some of you that you guys have worked really hard together. You've worked very hard. But in the end, something needed to be let go of. Like somebody had to walk away. I'm just getting that there's someone who wants to reconcile again. Again, if this is a marriage, some of you guys, if you guys are getting a divorce or you're separating from your partner, it just wasn't working out. It wasn't, it just wasn't working out. Okay. It's not working. It just doesn't work out, and that's okay. Okay. Like you could be with an Aries, you could be with an earth sign, but there's definitely something here where somebody just doesn't like it, just they just didn't want to see eye to eye. They just don't understand what you've been through, Aquarius. They don't understand your feelings. You've worked very hard to get to be the person that you are, right? You've worked very hard. But for some reason, like you're realizing, for some of you guys, you're just going to realize that the people that want to reconcile with you, they don't want to reconcile because they actually want to grow with you. They want to reconcile because they just want your energy. They just want to use your energy. That's all. They like to be around your energy, but like so do dark entities and demons, right? So it's like dark entities out there in the world, in the underworld and things like that. They like people's energy. They like to use energy and feed off of it, but that doesn't mean we should keep them around just because they like our energy, right? They're not doing anything good for us. So it's like if there's someone who's more of a leech, somebody who's following you around or spying on you, or just wanting to know how you feel about them without really doing the work, it's not really going to work out. This reconciliation is just not going to work out. Okay. And if, there, and even if you are in a committed relationship right now and you're not divorcing anybody and you're not separating from anybody, there's someone who really just wants things to be okay between the two of you. But it's just like the amount of work that they're putting into the situation is just, it's not matching yours. Right. So maybe that's something that you need to think about, Aquarius. Let's clarify these cards. Clarify these cards for Aquarius. Now, others of you, if this is not a relationship, this is a job or it's a career field, like there are those of you, you have put so much effort into your career, or you went to school, you got freelance jobs, you did everything that you could to improve. And you're really, there are those of you, if you're creative or you have a certain craft or skill, you are extremely skilled at what you do. And you've really tried hard, right, with this craft and trying to get into whatever opportunity opened itself up to you with this career path or this skill that you have. You do have people who support you, they really do. However, there is a certain, your goal has kind of changed. I get the sense that you walked away from a job, or you've walked away from a certain type of profession that you've, there are those of you, you may have been applying to certain jobs and landing certain jobs that are less than what your skill is worthy of, and that's something that you might need to walk away from. Yeah, needing to protect your peace with the Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. So there are those of you, you've really had to protect your heart. You really have had to protect your heart. Some of you guys might be dealing with somebody who's offering something that looks like your heart's true desire, but it's not. It's more, it's there's more to the story. There's also somebody here who may be offering their heart to you, but it's just not enough for you. During this springtime, you're just not dealing with it. You're not dealing with BS. You're not dealing with less than what you know you've worked hard for. Like I said, you have some entities. Some of you guys may be having some bad dreams. You may have somebody, like I was saying, you may have some people who want to reconcile with you, and they are in your dreams, but they still have some spirits attached to them. They still have some negativity attached to them that you don't need to be entertaining. You don't need to be a part of that. Okay. So, some of you guys in your dream, you may find that you're standing up against this person, or you're not really letting them in while you're in the dream. And therefore, that's a message telling you that in your waking life, like you should not let these people back in. Okay. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. So, yeah, some of you guys are actually going to make the decision to be single. Some of you guys are going to make the decision to just embrace your own independence. Okay. Some of you guys are going to make the decision to not settle for a job anymore, and you're going to take the entrepreneurial route. Okay. So, some of you guys, this is more romantic or relationship based, where you are dealing with dysfunction in a relationship, and that's something that you're more focused on. Your job could be doing really well, but your relationship not so much. Others of you, your relationship could be doing pretty well. If you're in a relationship, if you're single, then you don't have to worry about it. This then, whether you're in a relationship or not, others of you, this is more about your job, your health. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. So like I said, you have help. You are not stuck, Aquarius. You're not stuck in a job. You're not stuck financially. You're not stuck in a relationship. You have help. You have aid. You have people who actually want to see you thrive. You have entities and spirits and guardians who want to see you thrive. They really do. But just make sure as you are sleeping, or if there is some people that show up in your dreams that you haven't talked to in a while, or maybe you do talk to them and they show up in your dreams and you just feel uneasy, well, you might want to stay, just kind of distance yourself. Okay. But others of you, there are going to be people actually in your physical environment, right? Or on the phone or on social media, actually reaching out to you directly, wanting to talk to you, or just kind of snooping around on your social media, right? Wanting to talk to you. If they know where you work, they might come in and say hi to you. There's some people that really want you back, or there's people who really, really, they don't enjoy you pulling your energy away, because your energy is magical here. It's very magical. It's very healing. And these people really want a part of it, but they have to be willing to grow with you and thrive with you. They have to be willing to put in the work, right? So those are your messages, Aquarius, during this Mars and Leo transit of this year. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, Aquarius.